Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sacred Anatomy Solutions. Free webinar, EMF Disturbances and Toxicity with Desda Zuckerman. I am your host, Colleen, here at Sacred Anatomy Solutions. We are very fortunate to come together and have Desda share her amazing wisdom and life study of the subtle energy surrounding all living things, her clarity on the very topic that you have asked to know more about, and that we also need at this moment in time. Before we begin, let me say Desda has created a comprehensive mapping of the human energy anatomy and its precise application. She is a dynamic healer, a speaker, a writer, and a teacher, passionate about bringing her message of grounded transformation and one body conscious wellness to the world with a loving heart. And we are here to receive just that. I do want to mention, though, that we will have an opportunity to go deeper with this in an upcoming course called Sacred Anatomy Solutions for EMF Vulnerability, Stress, and Anxiety. And we will get to that at the end of this hour. But right now, let us open our hearts and welcome Desda and her webinar, EMF Disturbances and Toxicity. Welcome, Desda.
Thank you, Colleen. Hello, everybody. And thank you so much for coming to the webinar and being part of Sacred Anatomy's launch of our first webinar and class series. So I want to tell you what we're going to do in this hour. Today, this will be a skills and practices class. And you're going to learn some techniques for daily use that will help you be stronger and healthier in your world and in your life. The webinar today is an experiential Sacred Anatomy Awakening class. And it's a class that just might change your life. So let's set our intention collectively together. If we could all just take a deep breath and set the intention that this webinar will bring clarity and ease and joyous sharing of the sacred anatomy and its principles to you. And that will help us, it will allow us to transform the impact of EMF disturbances that cause us to experience less. This webinar and our intention is that we will move into ease and resilience. So let's take a deep breath and allow that just to land in our bodies. And now I'd like to introduce you to the human electromagnetic field. So Colleen, here we go. So right now, you can see the sacred anatomy. And this is what I know and what I interact with. This is what I see in everyday life around people. And the reason I have spent the time that I have in the last 50 years of my life mapping this is so I can share it with everyone. I have a great drive to share this information with all of you. And when we look at the sacred anatomy, we're looking at, in this picture, a part of it called the layers. And the layers are clearly marked with different colors, as you can see. And at the very edge is the soul layer with the swirling energy. Now that's all made of subtle energy. The sacred anatomy is made of subtle energy, and the electromagnetic field is made of electromagnetic energy. But this huge structure, which includes both, goes out in 20 feet in all directions. And one of the things that you need to know is that your sacred anatomy can actually be impacted by electromagnetic disturbances. And so when you deal with them, you are dealing with them for your soul, because the sacred anatomy is just that. It's your soul energy. Sorry about that. Bob dropped the clock. Here we are. So it's the important thing for you to see is that this is really big and it's profound. So put yourself inside of a big bubble that's 20 feet in all directions. All right. Now, Colleen, if you could show us the next graphic. Just put the next one up. So suspended at the center of the sacred anatomy is nestled the human electromagnetic field. And it's made of electromagnetic energy generated by the body. And it's stored here as a chi field. So this is a place where we have a resilient body of energy that we can draw upon and use. This is the energy of excellence, the empowered might that Qigong practitioners access, and that martial artists use, elite athletes use, teachers who are strong and powerful and focused in their work use, and so do performers, wonderful musicians and actors and actresses use this powerful chi to put themselves forward and to get it across. You and I might use it for an extra boost to escape from danger or do amazing things like the mother who lifts the car off of her toddler, or someone who's fending off an attacker with bare hands and doesn't know where they got the energy. This is where they get that, out of the chi field. So Colleen, come back to me. Great. So some of what we know already is that electromagnetic fields are all around us. We feel them. We feel the energy from our cell phones. We feel them from our computers, and we feel it profoundly. It touches us emotionally, psychologically, physically, and spiritually. And EMFs are around absolutely everything. Trees have electromagnetic fields, but cars and lamps and computers, cell phones, ovens, microwaves, you name it, right? Even bicycles and flowers, plants, animals, insects, they all have electromagnetic fields. And the reactions keep coming as cell towers run 24 hours a day, computers, microwaves, even your car can give off these huge electromagnetic disturbances. And it's reached kind of a fever pitch. It's actually moved to a place where there are people who are very sick from electromagnetic energy. Some of you may be listening to this call and you've thought, where can I go on this planet to find some relief from this electromagnetic toxicity and poisoning? Because I know that people who are subjected to this and who are hypersensitive to the electromagnetic impulses, these people are always trying to find a way to protect themselves, to help themselves. And I've spent years and years, really since the late 90s, trying to figure out how to function in the world with electromagnetic energy. So let's look at what happens to your electromagnetic field. This is a drawing that my marvelous artist and I worked on together. Kim Glass Chu is this phenomenal graphic artist that I work with. I love her to pieces. And she and I talked about what happens to the field when it is disturbed like this. What does it look like? And you can see in this slide that we're all suffering from electromagnetic toxicity, but some people are more aware of it than others. And one of the reasons I put together this entire upcoming series and this webinar today is to focus on how electromagnetic vulnerability, stress, and anxiety is affecting us. And it's because we can all see and feel and sense this problem. It's now reaching epidemic proportions. So I see it everywhere, don't you? In your life, do you find it? Does your ear heat up after you've been talking on the cell phone too long? Are you now wearing earbuds that also heat up? So there's all these things. And now we're looking at 5G coming. So this new series that I'm bringing out addresses this. It addresses what to do about EMFs, how to protect yourself, and what to do about the amazing 5G that's on its way. So if you're foggy-headed or disorganized or scattered in your thinking, if you haven't been before, or maybe depressed and sad for no good reason, exhausted or overloaded over nothing too exceptional, find yourself, caught as a slave and a prisoner of television, computer, cell, notebook, watching them compulsively, being trapped in this screen for hours. You're suffering from EMF toxicity, and it's actually pulled you into a sort of an addictive format. Do you recognize yourself in any of this? Do you see how many times a day you answer your phone or talk on the phone or look at your phone or check your phone or look at your texts or check your Facebook? All this stuff is happening constantly, isn't it? So in traditional Chinese feng shui, EMF disturbances are called attacking energies, and they disrupt the natural flow of qi, and that's what they're doing to you. So let's look at your electromagnetic field, because if you understand what's happening, you will understand how to cope with it. Let's meet your electromagnetic field. All right, let me explain the anatomy of this electromagnetic field, or what is called the HEMF to you. It's made of electromagnetic energy, first of all. So it's different than the subtle energy anatomy it's contained in and is kind of suspended in. I like to liken it to kind of a breadfruit, but it's really more like a balloon suspended in the center of a larger balloon. And it's the only part of the subtle anatomy that is electromagnetic. And the reason it is because it's an organ that is generated, literally generated by the electromagnetic energy of the brain, the heart, and every single cell in your body. The cells in your body fire electrically all the time. And when they do that, they make little tiny electromagnetic fields around the cell. That makes a larger electromagnetic field around your physical body and creates almost like a larger presentation of electromagnetic energy for us to work with and understand. It can reach anywhere from 2 feet to 4 feet to 6 to 8 to 10 feet out. And yeah, it moves out from the bio layer. This is what I call the physical body. Let's look at that labeled electromagnetic slide. So if you look at this, on this slide, this is taken from my book, Your Sacred Anatomy. Yeah, there we go. You can see this in the other little picture. That's Your Sacred Anatomy. And that is a diagram, really, of the electromagnetic field. It's put into use and is suspended in the center of subtle energy. So it's put into use as electromagnetic energy. And the two energies line up at ensoulment, which is the beginning of this incarnation, and they work together until the physical body dies and stops generating electromagnetic energy. So it's kind of a bridge that carries us deeper and deeper into the messages of your soul and how that comes forward in the world. It helps you understand what your soul's purpose is. It helps you bring it forward and actually make a dent in the world around you. So it's like the subtle information coming into the material. Your chi field stores empowered electromagnetic energy and uses it to support your life. Now, the electromagnetic field has, as you can see, its own anatomy, and because of the reflective quality of the field, and this is something that everyone pretty much agrees on, that electromagnetic energy is reflective of something else. In other words, it comes from something else. So it's a reflective quality. it reflects the anatomy beneath it, which is the human energy structure, a larger and more sophisticated, longer lived structure. And it contains 4 reflective layers: the bio, the emotional, the primal, and the mental. And you know what? This is what you see in the green, and you see little striations of color, right? You got that there? All right, now, this is where most of the electromagnetic damage lies after exposure to cells, to computers, and other sorts of radiation. So there's another place that gets wounded, and that's called the containing membrane. And the containing membrane is wrapped all around the electromagnetic field. And you can see how there's little fingers that reach out from the electromagnetic field. Those are called silver tethers. So the containing membrane is often damaged by merging electromagnetic experiences. So merging experiences are when 2 people get too close and somebody merges with another person and they pick up the goop or the excess or the upset or the emotion or the entangling energies of another person. And I know that happens to almost everybody, doesn't it? But this is the place, the containing membrane is the place that's damaged by that. Now, the silver tethers, which are these little fingers reaching out from the field, are attaching ligaments. They're like strands or little tethers that attach the electromagnetic field to the subtle anatomy. And they're often damaged by electromagnetic disturbances that are really hard hitting. So this would be something like when there's a electromagnetic surge in the electrical system, the big electrical grid. If there's a big surge like that, a lot of people's clocks get knocked out, or all kinds of things happen to people, and they become traumatized by this, and they can really feel this physically. Another time this would happen to someone is when they take an MRI or a series of intensive x-rays. You know, like say you go to the dentist and they do an MRI and then they're doing 3 or 4 different x-rays. You're taking a hit. That's an electromagnetic hit. And the place where you see the damage in that is in the tethers, because they collapse, they fall down. So your whole electromagnetic field becomes somewhat destabilized. All right, Colleen, come back to me if you would. So we're just about ready to begin sensing the electromagnetic field. And this is really exciting, and it's something I want to share with you guys, because a lot of people think that all we have is this aura around us, and I'm telling you that this electromagnetic field is essentially the aura, but that there's more. There's actually a larger structure around us further out. And by interacting with both of these and learning to distinguish between the two, you can have an experience of understanding the subtle energetic of being in a physical body, as well as the subtle energetic of being a soul. So we're a body and a soul, as opposed to a soul and a body. We're a body and a soul. The soul body is the subtle body. The electromagnetic field is reflective of the physicality. And so this is the body, and this is the soul. And the electromagnetic field is in your aura, the aura. So we're going to sense the electromagnetic field, the human electromagnetic field, which gives off a kind of buzzy, vibrating radiation. It's really powerful. And I want to invite you to take a nice deep breath and feel yourself landing, feel yourself anchoring. Feel your whole body. If you're sitting in a chair, feel your bottom on the seat. Feel your back strong. Because this electromagnetic field is going to give you a sense of who you are and the impact you make in the world. The electromagnetic field is the part of you that actually goes out and, hammers that sail or makes that thing happen or forces your children to clean up their room, or makes your husband pick up his underpants. So these are the things that we do with our electromagnetic field. And if we can learn how to control that electromagnetic field, we move out of the land of manipulation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move back a little bit, and I'm going to invite you to just sense out 2 to 4 feet from your physical body. So just take a deep breath and feel out into your electromagnetic field, and just kind of feel around yourself. Just feel around yourself. And if you can't feel anything, if you're a foot off your body and you just can't feel a thing, come back to your physical body and feel right next to it. So what I'm trying to do is just stimulate you a little bit and get you to wake up to sensing in an extrasomatic way. So we're feeling all around us, the electromagnetic field, and you're going to feel above you, and you're going to feel behind you. You know, it's interesting to feel over your heart, because the heart produces a very big electromagnetic field that's a big part of the whole electromagnetic field of the human being. And your brain also produces a lot of electromagnetic energy, so feeling around it is really powerful. Now, every single cell in your body is producing an electromagnetic field. So you want to just allow for that. And as you're moving your hands along your arm, just allow for the possibility that field is strong, that it's potent, that it's surging in you. So you want to feel for like kind of a buzzy feeling. Some people say it feels fuzzy, kind of a buzzy, fuzzy feeling. But you also can sense the heat and the intensity of your electromagnetic field. So just go ahead and explore feeling the subtle electromagnetic part of your energy body. And breathing and being aware of what it feels like. Now, some of you are going to say, well, my electromagnetic field goes way out. So go ahead and explore way out. Go ahead and go all the way out. Feel it everywhere around you and way below you. Remember, your electromagnetic field may even be merging with the feet, you know, where your feet are sitting. If they're on the top of a floor, right? Your field could even move right through the floor. So just try to feel around you. So if some of you have these really big fields, you've probably determined at this point, well, my field doesn't just go 2 to 4 feet. My field is 6 to 8 feet. And what I'm going to suggest to you is that might be part of the problem. 6 to 8 feet is a lot. It's really big. And if you think of it this way, if you've ever been in the room with somebody who's just too loud, too much, and too overwhelming, that's what they feel like. They feel like they're 6 to 8 to 10 feet big. And that is not helpful. It doesn't allow them to really be who they truly are. It is coming from a place of ego. It's actually the energy of the electromagnetic field is a place where the egoic energetic lives in the sacred anatomy. And the truth of the matter is, if you and I really do want to be effective in the world, it's not going to happen through our egoic nature. It's really going to happen when we allow our true authentic self to speak and to be heard. And that part of ourself only is revealed by stripping away the edifice of personality, the personality parts that you don't really need. And those are located in your electromagnetic field. So some of the pieces that I've worked up for you guys to work with through this series are in fact addressing those kinds of things, like how we hold emotional debris in our electromagnetic field and what we can do about that. So now we're going to do something really fun. So when electromagnetic energy is moving without stopping in a continuous stream, you may unconsciously be absorbing it. And because you are unaware, you may begin to feel tired or confused or not know why. And EMF tech signatures and the pollution of equipment exaggerating the situation. Yes, that's exactly what happens. They exaggerated what was going on already. So already people had trouble controlling their electromagnetic field. And then we started into the 21st century with tech coming left, right, center, and in everyone's world. I mean, you can go to the most untraveled parts of our planet, and there are cell phones and televisions and computers there. So it's a new equation, and it's a new kind of merging equation that's happened. So people, when they merge with each other, you know, aggressively, your electromagnetic field can become porous, and it kind of becomes a bully. It wants to get its way. So this is something you might not know, and I don't think it's commonly discussed, but when we want to make something happen, we don't do it with the force of our soul, because the soul has no interest in doing that. We do it with the force of our personality. And where does that personality, that will self live? It's right here in the electromagnetic field, because when you die, that's the part of you that dies. It goes, it's gone. It doesn't continue on into another lifetime. What does is your soul. So your force of your personality, your desire to make things happen, to push your agenda, all of that is the source of an electromagnetic disturbance for somebody else. Have you ever been around somebody who's really forceful and really wants their way and is arguing, and clearly wants what they want to do? That's what they want to have happen. And then you leave them and you're exhausted, you're drained, you're utterly overloaded by their energy. That is an electromagnetic merging, when two people have come together in a kind of negative way. So this happens when you attempt to use your electromagnetic energy to do some things. So these are the things: to control, to manipulate, to maneuver. You know, like you're Machiavelli, you're going to maneuver everything. Force, you want to make it happen. Direct, you must do what I say, or you just be in bossy pants. So distinguishing and sensing your own electromagnetic field lets you interact with pure life force. Again, this is the chi field of your energy structure. This is the part of you where you can do amazing things, but you don't want to bully someone and you don't want to force anybody. So there are incredible functions hidden in the workings of your energy structure. And those are the things that I'm going to teach. I'm actually going to teach 19 different techniques and practices during the course of this upcoming class. But today I'm going to teach you something really, really cool. So this is kind of a secret. It's a secret that a lot of people don't know. But you can control how big your electromagnetic field is. So for those of you who are flopping around at 6 or 8 or 10 feet out, what I want everybody to do is to allow it to be less aggressive. You want to reach out to either side of your physical body, right here, and locate little handles. And there are little handles that are right there. And you can just let your hands rest on them. And then what you're going to do is take a nice deep breath and pull your electromagnetic field in. Pull it in until it feels comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, let it go a little bit there. And then you can do the same thing at the front. So a little handle here, and take a deep breath. Pull it in at the front. And if it's a little too tight, you can let it go a little bit. And you can do the same thing behind yourself. Pull it in at the back. Breathe in, bring it in, and then release. Yeah, and then you want to go above you and pull it in and release and relax. And then below you, way below you. So for this, you'll need your light fingers. Extend your light fingers down through the floor and grab that handle and pull your electromagnetic field out. So now you're experiencing a tighter electromagnetic field. This is a way that you can be responsible for your energy in the world, and where you will not bully other people, manipulate them, control them, or just be sort of the pain in the neck bossy pants that, we know we can be. All right. So that was exciting and fun. I really enjoyed doing that with you. And I guess what I really want to encourage you to do right now is just kind of notice how your electromagnetic field is relaxed. Because when it is not flopping around, when it's close in, when it's kind of controlled a little bit, what happens is that your whole energy structure starts to relax. Now, here's another thing that is really cool that's happening, and that is that you're waking up to a relationship with the subtle anatomy. Now, many of you have done exercises, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people here who've done some of my classes before and have had some of these experiences, but every single time you interact with the sacred anatomy, you awaken that relationship and that connection, and you start being able to move from the subtle to the material more easily. The other thing that happens is you start to become more sensitive. Now, I can hear the screams from here. Some of you go, I don't want to be more sensitive. Well, part of that is your electromagnetic energy running amok. So as you bring in your electromagnetic field and learn through the course of this series how to clear your cleanse your electromagnetic field, how to restore your electromagnetic field, you're going to know that there are things you can do, that you're not a victim, that you're not at the effect of the world in general. The truth of the matter is we're changing. We're speeding up. The frequency of the human species is speeding up. Now, I know sometimes when you turn on the television, it looks like it's slowing down to a dead stop. But the truth of the matter is, it's not. It's actually speeding up. And all the craziness we see around us, and boy, is there some craziness, is really part of that. You know how it is right before you make a big change in your life, all the things that you've been resisting come up to meet you. Maniacal, controlling individuals show up. Crazy things happen. People get sick. Violence occurs, even people die. All kinds of things happen when we're in that moment. So we're pushing, as we are pushing against transformation in this world, as that's occurring, you and I owe it to ourselves and to the future of humanity to become more awakened to who we truly are. And we are beings of infinite possibility. We are beings of extraordinary gift. So let's learn how to activate and sense the containing membrane of the sacred anatomy. So remember, you've pulled it in. So you're going to extend your light fingers out a little bit, right to the edge of your electromagnetic field. So go ahead and go out. You can feel it right there at the edge, okay? And what you're going to do is you're just going to go through that edge to the other side, and you're going to kind of come back to it. There. You may be able to feel it as a kind of like a little barrier. And to me, it actually feels like a little wall. It's a little wall, and it's all around you. So it's not just like right here. It's all around you, all around you. And you can feel this electromagnetic containing membrane holding your electromagnetic field. But the thing is, for you to really get it to kick in, you got to activate it. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to rub it. So we're going to rub it. We're going to rub the outside of the electromagnetic field. Now, if you're thinking, oh God, this is the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, it's okay. Use your imagination. It's what it's good for. So what we're going to do right now is take a deep breath and say, I really don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm just going to rub the outside, the exterior of the electromagnetic, human electromagnetic field containing membrane. And I'm feeling all around. I'm feeling all around. And I'm not going to let myself get thrown off from having this experience because my thinking, organizing, and judging brain gets into overload. So take a deep breath. Rub in all directions, especially get your back. Make sure you get behind you. And as your electromagnetic field is getting stimulated like this, it's going to start expanding. So you're going to bring it online and you're going to pull it in again. Pull it in again. Just pull it in again. Pull it in again. There you go. And pull it up. All right. Now, take a deep breath. Now notice that you're contained, that you're holding your energy. And this containing membrane around you is firing. It's actually excited. It's excited. It doesn't really know what's coming, but it's excited to find out. It wants to know what you're going to do next. It's now paying attention. So think of it. Maybe you've known about an aura for a long time. Maybe you've thought, I do energy work or I interact with people energetically, but you haven't actually awakened your sacred anatomy. This is a really clear awakening for your electromagnetic field. And this will give you an opportunity to relax your persona, to let your personality kind of let go a little bit because the sacred anatomy is holding you. What a relief, isn't it? All right, now I'm going to teach you one more thing that I'm really excited to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to call upon an energy that will strengthen the containing membrane. Because as you know, you've been merging like crazy with every person you know, your children, your partner, your boss, the people at work, the people in the elevator, the people driving in the car next to you. You're merging. I mean, I have people say to me all the time, I think I picked something up. This man was mad at his wife and I walked by him and I think I picked something up from him. That's called hyperporosity, and you're overextending yourself. You're expanding your electromagnetic field out and you're banging into people all over. And when you do that, what happens is that that containing membrane becomes really depleted and it starts to sort of not hold you. So we've just activated the little guy. Let's give it a break and bring in some supporting energies for it. So this gives you, in this exercise, a fundamental way to change your thinking about what an electromagnetic field actually is, and even what a disturbance is, because it's about making friends with the energies of tech and the energies of the universe that support us in every minute of every single day. So we're going to call upon a phenomenal energy related to the Archangel Michael. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this Archangel, he's a great helper to human beings. If you're an energy worker, you probably call on Michael all the time. But normal people often don't know much about Archangel Michael. So I'm going to tell you a little about him. He's a powerful being. He carries a sword. He's the leader of the angel army. And he's just the guy you need in case of a jam. He's the one you call. And this angel, Archangel Michael, is on the ready. He is waiting to help you right now, in every moment of every day. So if you don't believe in angels, that's okay. I've even taught this kind of thing to people who are completely atheistic or agnostic, and they use Luke Skywalker's sword. So we're going to borrow a sword and we're going to call on an angel, and you can call on Luke Skywalker if you think he's your guy. Personally, I kind of like Archangel Michael because he's been being called on for thousands and thousands of years. The archangels actually go back, they predate Judaism. They go way back to early Mesopotamia. So it's a long time the archangels have been called upon. Anyway, if you don't believe in angels, try it anyway, is what I would urge you to do. The equivalent for Tibetan Buddhists would be Vajrapani, and for Hindu people, this would be Hanuman. So if you're a yogi and your practice is more Hindu or Hindi, then please use Hanuman. He's wonderful as well. So we're going to call upon a silver and gold energy related to him, called the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael. The attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael. And we're going to call upon it, and then we're going to like slather it around the edges of the electromagnetic field. And while we're bringing it in, I want you to visualize this silver and gold energy coming in. And it's, you know, it's like sparkly and iridescent and amazing. So this is a really powerful tool, and you're truly supported by it. Because what it does is it repairs the edge of the containing membrane. It completely restores it. If you've got a hole in it, if you've got a rip in it, if you've got a tear in it, or if you've got a bunch of other people in it, it's going to absolutely help you restore yourself. So here's how I do it. I say, I call upon the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael, and I kind of use my hand like this. I call upon the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael. And then I bring that energy in, and I ask it to please build up the containing membrane. So as it builds the containing membrane, the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael empowers the containing membrane, and I bring in this silver and gold energy all around me. So you're really supported. This is a gift. This is a gift from the universe, really, this energy. And, you know, it's what it's meant and designed to do. This energy, this attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael is meant to do this job. And it exists to do this job. So the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael will help you recover from the profound exhaustion of burnout caused by unshielded gadgets, the annoying buzz of uncontained EMFs, and excessive tech use. You know what else it'll help you do? It'll help you restore your own sense of self, so that you don't have to try so hard as a personality, so that you literally can relax and just let yourself be in the world. So look at how you're feeling right now. Take a deep breath and notice like what's happening for you. Notice how it's fueling you and feeding you and lifting you. Notice how you feel. So we've done a few things today. We now understand that the electromagnetic field is within the sacred anatomy. We understand that this electromagnetic field can be damaged by all kinds of tech and electromagnetic disturbances. And we understand that by bringing conscious awareness to the electromagnetic field, we increase our chances of having a whole and healthy, subtle structure. So the aura or the electromagnetic field, whichever one you know the best and want to call it, that's fine with me. Your electromagnetic field around your body, your human electromagnetic field, is contained by a containing membrane. And we learned how to activate that containing membrane. These are simple exercises. These are not advanced energy work at any level, but they are powerful and they do work. So even if you don't believe in them, they will work. So this is something I tell all my students: don't believe a doggone thing I say. Don't believe it. Try it. Experiment. See if it works for yourself. That's the only thing there is. The Buddha said that, and I think that's pretty good advice. So I want to invite you to also realize that you learned a powerful energy. The attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael is a powerful frequency that comes from the mind and the heart of the divine source and is constantly expressing 24/7. It's going all the time. And this energy, as we direct it and bring it in and place it in the correct location, can do wonderful things. So we can heal and restore the containing membrane of the electromagnetic field with the attitude of the strength of Archangel Michael. Okay.
That was incredibly powerful, Desda. We are so fortunate that you have shared this with us. Can I share a little bit about the upcoming course?
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, I do want to say, I know personally I love it when you just say, imagine yourself without stress. Can you give us a very short idea about how you will present this to us in your upcoming course, Sacred Anatomy Solutions for EMF, Vulnerability, Stress, and Anxiety? I mean, we hear so much about EMF, and I am so grateful to you that you're empowering us to work with our own human electromagnetic field, or HEMF. As we did learn today so much from you. So if you could share a bit with us, thank you so much.
I'm so happy to do that. And I want to thank you, Colleen. That's a great request, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to share with you the name of the class, because the name of the class really, really brings it home. Sacred Anatomy Solutions for EMF Vulnerability, Stress, and Anxiety. So these are all symptoms of energetic imbalance, and this class will support you to live a more empowered life, a more conscious life. It will do this through anatomical information and practices that will help you to manage your life more effectively. With this webinar, you made a solid first step, an introduction to a whole other world. But we're going to go a lot deeper in the class than we did today. This was a great beginning, make no mistake, but you and I have a further road to travel. So let me talk to you a little bit about EMF vulnerability. It's caused by not knowing how to be in relationship with the electromagnetic world. So what you want to do is learn how to navigate this world and how to restore your own electromagnetic field. As you learn how to restore your own electromagnetic field, you continue to have a relationship that is really developing with tech and the energies of tech all around you. One of the things I'll teach in this class is how to seal your electromagnetic gear, how to seal it up for the life of the machine. So that's going to be fun. I'm also going to teach you how to cleanse your electromagnetic field every single day so that you can have a clean and sparkling electromagnetic field, not picking up any of those energies. Oh, and I'm also going to teach you how to use an incredible gift, which we call the golden rain, an energy that allows us to be in relationship with electromagnetic energies by simply having a conversation with them and asking them to go around us instead of coming through us. The golden ray is truly magical. And I've developed a new piece, which I'm excited to share in this class, called the Power Pack. And that is especially for people who are concerned about 5G and the effects that 5G will have. All right, so EMF vulnerability. And we're going to learn how to navigate this world and how to restore your own human electromagnetic field. Now, stress is created by not having enough energetic space, and it's caused by collapse, often the collapse of the electromagnetic field, believe it or not. But it makes you smaller and unable to cope, contracted, more constricted. So you're going to learn to expand your energy structure and more effectively live into the space around you, reducing stress by releasing it. But not just that, you're also going to learn how to release emotional toxicity that helps to cause stress. So that's going to be another piece that I'm going to work with and teach you. I'm really excited about doing the work we're going to do with anxiety. Anxiety is caused by not having enough energy, either by not having access to appropriate energy. You know, in other words, you're trying to use electromagnetic energy to do things, so you're not really using the appropriate energy, or by cutting off the pathways energy travels to stimulate and refresh the human energy structure. So you're going to learn how to live right into your big subtle self, supported by the right universal energies. And I've got some beautiful energies I'm going to teach you. I'm so excited. I'm going to teach you how to attune, align, accept, and allow, so that you can live in a relationship with the world in energetic balance and in wholeness. I'm super excited about teaching the energetic gas pump. This is going to eliminate people's need to struggle in anxiety, because if you have enough juice, you don't have to go there. The other thing that I'm excited about is introducing you more to your sacred anatomy. And it can only help you become stronger. It's an elegant and powerful instrument. So learn how to work with it. It's huge. It's mysterious. But you can learn tools and skills to bring it into a conscious relationship with you. You can practice everything I taught you in this webinar, and it will help you expand your ability to sense, to feel, and to know what you feel. So I want to offer you an invitation to a bigger life. We're going to work with all of this together so you can live with less stress, less anxiety, and be less vulnerable to EMF toxicity. We're living in an incredibly difficult time. EMF toxicity is epidemic. It's everywhere in the nasty discourse, the manipulative politics, and the destruction of the heart of compassionate action. Remember, we are best served one heart to another, one soul to another. Taking solutions for EMF vulnerability, stress, and anxiety is you taking a stand as an awakened human being, taking a stand for what our human species has always been meant to be, awakened partners with the vibrant life of creation that is all around us in the universe. So learn about this ancient knowledge that has been hidden for millennia. Remember what your soul already knows, who you are. And as you embrace the opportunity to grow with your sacred anatomy, you will consciously evolve, grow, expand, become more powerful. We can become who we are meant to be. I've loved talking with you, and I look forward to more. I hope you will reach out to the free Q&A. If you have questions, I'd love to answer them. It's one of the funnest things. And during every single class, we will have a Q&A period. I want you to know that this webinar will be posted to replay in the next day or so. And it's going to be available on our website, on YouTube, and probably on Facebook as well. The Q&A will be 1 week from today on September 18th, and that's going to be at 5 in the afternoon Pacific. We're doing it at a different time to get more people the chance to ask questions. So tell your friends, and thank you so much for being part of our very first webinar. We've been so excited. And, you know, here we are doing it. We're out there, and we really appreciate your support. if you sign up for the course in the next week, we have a special gift for you. And I know Colleen will tell you more about that. So thank you, Colleen, and thank you, Bobby and Cheryl. And thank you, Shira, for all your help. Everybody in our team here at Sacred Anatomy says, see you later.
That was so wonderful, Desda. Thank you from all of us here. I do want to take a moment and share about the upcoming course, though, and I'll just post in the chat group the link to it. The course, again, Sacred Anatomy Solutions for EMF Vulnerability, Stress, and Anxiety. And I'm sure everyone has questions for Desda, so we do have the Q&A next Wednesday at 5 p.m. And if you have registered for this call, you will receive an email with the link to next week's Q&A call, so that would be awesome. And otherwise, you can also just reach out from your Sacred Anatomy website. The class will be 6 weeks long, and you'll find even more information during the Q&A next week, and plus for the link that I've just placed there. And see what else I'd like to remind everyone. Yes, you have a whole week actually to receive this wonderful audio file of Desda reading the introduction to her book, Your Sacred Anatomy, an owner's guide to the human energy structure. And hearing these words in her own voice is truly an empowerment. So we are extending this offer to the end of next Wednesday after the Q&A, and so that those of you that are watching the recording into the future, you will have a chance also to take advantage of this bonus opportunity. And I do want to say again, thank you so much for being a part of our Sacred Anatomy tribe and for attending this event and for all of the wonderful exercises that Desda has so graciously shared with all of us. So we'll have many more in the future. And I want to leave you with this. Thank you again, Desda. I love that you share your sensitivity as a gift, and you're sharing a lot with us to work with that exact sensitivity. Okay, again, thanks again from all of us.